Hello guys, welcome to Craft Made with Alex. My mom, Susan Barrick, will be doing videos about crocheting. I have autism and ADHD. God made me and I am perfect just like everyone. He crafted. God is good. He's great. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.
Hello, and welcome to Crafts Made with Alex. My name is Susan. My first video that I would like to talk about today is the different types of hook varieties. The first one I would like to talk about is called an inline. The throat, the hook head, and shaft are all the same width. The head is sharper and pointer, and a popular or very common brand is called Susan Bates. These are two different varieties explaining what an inline is. The bottom section here is your shaft. The smaller section here, right here, this section here is called the throat. And the top section is called the crocheting hook head. You can see that there is a small curve with a point on the end. The top is slightly pointed but blunt. And that is how a crocheter connects the hook around the yarn. Another inline is called a tapered crochet hook. Here is a large variety. I'm just going to pick one here. I'll try the gold. They do come in different sizes. The smaller the number, the smaller the hook size. For example, this silver one here, the hook head is the same, only smaller. The throat has a flat section, and then the shaft is a longer section. In the throat, a lot of times, for example, Boye, B-O-Y-E, is a very popular company for crochet hooks. Let's see if I can get it to focus. There you go. This hook is a 00. That's how small they go down. These type of hooks would be wonderful with lace or a very thin thread type yarn. Normally made for doilies or like an applique if you're going to be doing a small applique. I do live in the United States. This is another Boye brand crochet hook. And so all of my terms are going to be US terms. There is also the British terms. So when you read a pattern, which will be my next video, you'll be able to figure out what terminology they're using. For example, this hook head here is round and blunt, just a little larger. The throat also has the description and size. US terms, we like to use the alphabet in our terminology, and we also like to use numbers and size. So for example, this one here is a size G. The number would be 6, and the millimeter is a 4.25. And all that information is going to be right here on that throat. And then you have your shaft. The throat section here on these inline tapered crochet hooks, a lot of times a crocheter will put their thumb on that flat spot when they crochet. Another straight type hook is called an ergonomic, and that one is that it's specially made or molded. For example, these are for arthritis, or I had some thumb surgery a few years back, And this gives it a little bit more cushion because there is a molded, thicker handle. It's normally made of rubber or silicone or a very soft plastic, and that gives you a more comfortable grip. But the terms are still the same. The colors here is still considered the shaft, then you have your throat, and then your hook head. This set here only did the millimeter. So for example, the orange one here is a 5 millimeter. The yellow is a 7, and the green is a 6. And then I personally, they're starting to come off, but then I used a black marker and just put the letters on because I normally use the alphabet terminology compared to the letters. And then our second to the last type of hook that I'd like to talk about is a double-headed crocheting hook. There's a crochet hook head here, your throat, the shaft is in the middle, then you have your throat again, and then your second crochet hook. I'm sorry, crochet head, hook head. So you have a hook head, your throat, your shaft, your throat again, and then the second crochet hook head. This type of crochet hook is, I like using it when I don't have my Tunisian hooks with me because it is a straight shaft and throat section here. So in Tunisian crocheting, you put a lot of hoops, loops, and sections on your crochet hook, and that allows me to do that. And then the final type of crochet hook is called the Tunisian crochet hook. They have a stopper on the bottom that tells us the size and the thickness. For example, this is a 2 millimeter. It has a shaft and throat that is continuous, clear up to the hook head. And you can see how small that is. The set that I purchased goes up by 0.5 milliliters. So this one is a 2. My blue here is a 2.5. And I have a beautiful pink metal one, and that is a 3. So this one increases by 1/2 of a millimeter, or a 0.5. The hook heads also change in width, but the size of the throat clear down into the shaft is all the same size. So that, like for example, this purple one here is a 3 millimeter. This entire section clear up until you get to the hook head is 3 millimeters. So that way all the loops will be about the same size. And then a thicker one would be the 7 millimeter. From the 2 to the 7, see if you can see the different thickness there. And then even up to the hook head, you can see the different thickness. Again, for the inline crochet hook, a very popular brand would be the Susan Bates. A tapered inline popular brand would be the Boy, and that's Boye. A popular brand for the ergonomic is called Clover Amour. It's a very popular brand. That's the molded handle version. And then the Tunisian crocheting hook, popular Susan Bates, Clover, and Tukimi. I personally purchase a lot of my crochet hooks off of the Temu app, but they do sell crocheting hooks at Walmart or any local department store, or you can actually shop online. Amazon is a great website as well that I use. Shipping's, pretty fast there as well, depending on how long you need of a project. The other things that you might need for a project would be a sewing needle. These sewing needles is called an embroidery needle. They do come in plastic and metal, and they do come in a variety of different sizes of the needle head, as they call it. Again, the same philosophy. You have the needle head. The small section here is the throat, and then the rest clear down to the point is called the shaft, from my understanding of the research that I was able to do regarding an embroidery needle. And here's a metal version as well. You might also need what are called stitch markers. I use these when I have multiple rows and I have to count. I will do, for example, 5 or 10 rows, and then I'll put a stitch marker in, so that way I'm able to count at a glance. They do also come in a variety of different sizes, different types. I like the plastic version that's basically just like the old-fashioned diaper pins, or even a safety pin this day. You would just squeeze it over and hook it in. They're quite small, which is also nice, so I can keep them with the rest with my crocheting hooks, and keep a variety as well. I do the ones that I purchased came in a variety of different colors as well, so I mean that's a really nice option too when you're trying to figure out different colors depending on the pattern. Another thing you might want to keep in your little crochet hook and toolbox accessory kit would be a small set of scissors. And I also have a small pom-pom maker. I personally got this one at the Dollar Tree. And another option that you might like is, if you like the Susan Bates inline crocheting hooks, but you are having hand issues with cramping or any type of arthritis, I was able to purchase this at a Staples, and this is used for pencils, but it works really nice on my crocheting hooks, and I'm able to grasp that, and it's not so much of an shape that I would get extensive hand cramps if I'm crocheting for a long period of time. This is normally roughly for anything over like an hour kind of thing, or right after when I had my hand surgery, it helped a lot. I hope you enjoyed the first video. Thank you for listening and taking the time to learn about crocheting with me and all the different hook varieties that we have to offer. Bye-bye.